Hello everyone, it's Shane Kanto, your Wasteland reviewer, and I'm here to review Sextortion, The Hidden Pandemic, and this is from director Maria Demeshkina Peak, and this is a documentary that focuses on some of the most important cases from Homeland Security and the Department of Justice, focusing on sextortion, which is adults tricking children into showing nudity so that they could steal that, post it all over the internet, and then extorting them for more content. And this film really stands out at the moments where it's focusing on these cases, and we get to hear from the victims and them telling their stories and how this affected them. And obviously it's very emotional in terms of those moments where we hear from these young people and the horrible things that transpired and what happened to them. It does feel like one of those kinds of documentaries where it's just like, it's lower budget. I feel like it's a little dry at times for a film that's focusing on something that's so emotionally charged and obviously something as intense as this topic. But I do think that when, like I mentioned, when it focuses on these investigations and these stories, it really does rise above that because we feel that human connection, we understand it. Now, you learn about what this is, you learn about some of the elements of like how they investigate, which was interesting. I do feel like the documentary kind of lost itself at times because like there's points where it's like started talking about virtual autism and like them talking about how social media and the internet and stuff like that is rotting children's brains, and how by like they said like 2025 half of newborn children are going to be coming out with autistic traits and stuff like that. And I'm like, first off, what's this have to do with this? Like, I get the broad strokes of what they're trying to connect it with, but I'm like, why are we focusing on this time when it's like we should be focusing on these stories and what's emotionally connecting us to this film? And also, I'm like, I highly doubt by 2025, which is like 3 years from now, that half the kids in our world are going to have autism. And I don't know, that part of the film just felt really out of place and awkward and such a strange divergence from what this film's supposed to be focusing on. But in general, it's something that it's an impactful documentary. It hits on what feel like they need to in terms of expressing like what this issue is, how we're working on it, and actually hearing from people who've experienced it, even if it's not as focused as it could have been for like an hour and 25-minute film. And also there's times where it just doesn't feel as engaging as it possibly could. But those are my thoughts on Sextortion, The Hidden Pandemic. Let me know what you think and let's talk some movies. But thank you as always for tuning in and supporting your Wasteland reviewer.